Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. As you know, Zoe wants me to keep drinking water, so I'm going to drink water, piss it out, and we're going to talk about borderline personality disorder 105. When a borderline cheats, steals, and lies, there's two options you do. Sheriff doesn't work, the DCR shouldn't. If the DCR doesn't, and someone like me ends up dead on live YouTube or end up dead because of heart trouble or stress, then the entire videos get to be looked over, and then in the end, so tonight we are going to do live video with a phone call to the DCR. You're going to love this. And we're going to call about Chloe's mental. She stole from me. She won't give me all the receipts. And yet, she claims I'm drunk. Problem is, that's her defense for, quote unquote, being manipulated and abused. Now, worst case scenario is, as Mother Fanny would say, just go with the restraining order. So, I can call. She's already threatened sheriffs last month. This month, she's threatened sheriffs and calling the advocates pigs and cows and whatever else. She's literally doing the manipulation. That's what a borderline does. But to be safe, we are going to go basically on YouTube. And I've already called the sheriff and they said, quote unquote, contact the crisis team. Let them know that if she's not getting the right treatment from the mental health system, then it is what it is. We have to let them know. Okay, cool. I will mute when it happens. And we're recording you too. Because frankly, she's losing her mind. So, here we go. Yes, well, apparently they've already got through that one once when I did it almost 5 years ago. Apparently, their parents, who are wealthy as wealthy can be, found a way around it, and they ended up here again. And that was the first time. Since then, they've been getting worse and worse ever since it was issued almost 5 years ago. That was 2018, ma'am. Which in February or March of 2023, that'll be 5 years. So technically, unless she's making, only she's doing is stealing. She's stealing, lying, etc., making threats, but not threats towards me. She's threatening everyone else around me. I mean, she's literally, apparently, from what I understand from family, it's called the U.S. Secret Service in 2020 on my family for the election, and they moved out to Texas because apparently she threatened whatever she did. She called the Secret Service on my family, so she's becoming very controlative. And the sheriff turned around, told me to find out what you guys can suggest or whatever. 5 years ago, I live in a apartment, and they are severely mentally ill, and no one in their family wants to deal with them. They will do whatever they can to make sure they stay here permanently, even if it's the death of me. That's how their mom and their dad and their grandpa and everyone else. No offense. That's how. Yes, ma'am. I'm the main leaseholder, but I can't remove them by law because they're the co-lease, if you understand that. I'm in subsidized housing, and the only thing they recommend, man, is a restraining order if you can make it stick. Right now, we've tried, and it doesn't stick. And yet, they all claim the mental health system is broken, and I don't know what to do. All I can tell you is never mind what I'm going to tell you because it doesn't matter because, my husband died 6 years ago of a heart attack. So, being a woman, I always pray that I end up going to sleep and not waking up the next day with a heart attack, just like my hubby did at 38. But my point is how much more am I going to take from someone like this? I mean, there's got to be something. They go to Compass. There's got to be something that can be done to get them help. Okay. Well, so you're recommending I just call the crisis or the restraining order people and just get it done. I want them out of my house. Yes, that's all I want. I want to live in peace. I don't want to be bothered by anyone. And yet they bother me the most with their threats and harassment and intimidation and even stealing. So, all right. Yeah, well, I don't honestly, ma'am, I do not understand people with borderline, but that's what they were supposedly diagnosed. So technically, I don't know, how bad borderline is. All I know is I've been taken advantage of, stolen, threatened, lied to, etc. And it's just getting worse and worse. They won't even do their own house chores. They won't do anything. So to me, I think if they're not willing to do anything for themselves, then how can they be stable? That's what I'm curious about. But that's not your job. It's just been something going through everyone's mind between my family and me. So that's all you recommend. Yes, and the sheriff won't do it because they already made threats tonight, and they just told me to call you guys. It seems the sheriff out here, I live in San Juan County, is being lazy. They don't care for the mentally ill. That's why they told me to call you guys again. They're just like, oh, well, we can't do anything. If they're stealing, lying, cheating, threatening, nothing we can do. The mentally ill have more protections. The way the sheriff said it was the mentally ill transgendered people have more protections than a biological male or female. So that's why they told me to call you. So that's what I was doing. So. Right. She's already hit herself like 30 times in the last 3 days or 40 times hitting her head over and over and over, because her mom claims she's autistic and that's what they do. You've probably seen the Rain Man where he hits his head many times. That's what my roommate does like 50 times a day. And if that isn't considered hurting oneself, I don't know what is. No, they were doing it like 20 minutes ago on live YouTube, which I have recordings of it. And the last 6 years, I've been recording everything live. And my moderators all wonder why the mental health system's broken, but that's beside the point. So, since you can't. Yes, ma'am, I can tell you my name is Reverend Rita. I live in San Juan County. Yes, I'm an ordained minister with 7 churches. I take God very seriously. Yeah, my last name is no. It's Germanic. I've reported this for years. Well, spot on, ma'am. Spot on. As my moderator from England would say, you're spot on, cheerio. No, they're unmedicated. They refuse to be medicated. They're going to Compass. Compass is not doing much. Everyone thinks on this island that Compass thinks that she's a number, but she's been hitting her head for the last 6 years, and I keep reporting it, and they say it's nothing. And then after she does it, she gets mad and goes to her room, turns the light off, but in between she makes threats like, oh, well, if the sheriff comes, I'll kill him. Or, whatever. I mean, the other day I asked her specifically to take care of her pet. I had to literally basically pull a lot of strings to make sure her pet didn't go hungry because she doesn't care. She's got a rabbit, so I'm taking care of her rabbit. Her rabbit had no food. Poor little thing was going hungry. I live at 5. My address is. I just figured I'd leave a record of what's going on at least. Sheriff said they couldn't do anything. Right. Oh, I forgot to close the door. Let me close it for you, Evo. You don't want to jump out. Sorry, ma'am. The little bunny's head stuck out. This is a little Dutch dwarf, so he's like less than 5 pounds. He just had his head sticking out of his little door, so poor little guy had to go hungry the last 3 days. I had to basically stretch everything to make sure he got fed. No, I'll take care of it myself if I can. But my problem is my finances are short because every time I turn around, they keep my roommate, the one I told you about, keeps spending more money than what's coming in. I have a service dog, so I'm not going to allow the little bunny that's been in our care for 3 years to go to a shelter. I will take care of the little bunny. Besides, I like him a lot. I've made sure that he's taken care of for the next 3 months food wise. So, but still, it's unfair to him. He's a little Dutch dwarf. He's like a little bigger than a Cornish game hen. That's how small that little bunny is. Roommate doesn't like to do any chores, doesn't like to cook, doesn't like to clean, demands everyone to take care of them, demands that they are a real woman, be transgendered, and everyone around them should be kissing their butt, And to me, it's getting to the point where I can't take much more of this anyway. So, with the thieving and everything else, I mean, they should be in a group home. That's how I see it. But that's just my opinion. You might have your own. So, anyways, I don't know much more. I don't know how much more I can say. Okay. I'll see about doing it tomorrow morning. Yeah, well, 5 years they just keep stealing and everything else. But the thing is, they keep making. Yeah, I'm on live YouTube all the time, and they're like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna leave at the beginning of the month," and they never do. And people are like, "What is with this borderline person saying they're gonna move and they're not going to?" And like tonight, they're in their room screaming and crying and screaming, like, "I need to go home to my parents." Their parents don't even want them around because they won't get mental help. So their parents are taking a cruise for, Thanksgiving or Christmas, like a half a world cruise, and they're thinking they can just go home. And I'm like, go ahead, I'm not holding them back. But they, then they change tune and they just like to punish me. I mean, my YouTubers are like, why are you allowing someone like this to punish you when nothing's getting I have to do all the dishes, and without dishes, I go hungry. I mean, we had a dishwasher, but they destroyed it. So now they're like, oh, well, you do my chores or you go hungry. So I do my chores, and then they sit in their room, masturbating, and that's it, and always trying to punish everyone. So to me, it's like, how much more can someone take? So to me, that's when the sheriff said, try a restraining order and try contacting, the crisis team to let them know that this person's been unstable for years and it's just getting worse and worse. So that's what I did tonight, ma'am. Right. Will that be going off to the DCR that's at Compass Health? Because he might want to look it over and basically figure out what to do. I mean, I know his name's Paul something. So, or just curious what's the next steps, what I'm asking. Right. Even if they don't call me, it's nice to know that they have the record. So that's all I can do. Right. All right, then. You've been very nice tonight, ma'am. You have a wonderful evening, and I hope I wasn't too much trouble. Yeah, well, I'm so stressed. I'm hoping a heart attack will kill me with my heart trouble, and then I just fall over like my husband. And I survived him 6 years over. So, well, that's just my own opinion. I just don't know how much more stress I'm going to take. You know, my IBS is giving me nothing but trouble. So, so I'm dealing it one step at a time. So, but anyways, thank you so much, ma'am. If the DCR calls, I'll leave my phone on. If the DCR doesn't call, well, it is what it is. So I will contact the people and see what can be done. So, all right, thank you so much for your time. You have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. So, for some of you out there wondering, whoops, I turned it off again. So, before I leave, let me just tell you, the DCR doesn't care. The mental health system doesn't care. This is what you got to go through every time. Chloe makes a threat, they file it away and file. That's it. So in the meantime, they recommend a restraining order. So, do you have enough evidence to make a restraining order? Well, it depends on how many videos you have, how many threats you make, how many threats that Chloe does. Tonight's video, Chloe said, "Oh, well, I'm gonna do whatever, you know." Chloe made threats against, like, "Oh, I'm gonna sue your ass. It's all lies, blah, blah, blah." Really? 99% of the receipts I have are not around. So, Chloe's basically losing it. She won't clean herself. I'm gonna look over something real quick. On my history, that's why I have the video here. And then afterwards, I'm going to listen again because I know Mother Fanny's probably. So I'm going to listen to this part and then we're going to see what happens. Which I might just play the next 8 or 9 minutes on the camera here. So let's just do this. Oh, and just so we know, let's do screen share because it's my channel. Hold on. Present, share screen, Chrome tab, this. All right. So then it's set. So let's do it.
Hey, I asked a question. Are you able to log into your bank account?
What?
Are you able to log into your bank account? Or
I'm trying it right now, so leave it to me. I'm trying to listen to music and do the same thing. Rent. What is this? $38 for the little store?
Your debt. 2 cans of cherry. I hope you got it.
I authorize. Never mind.
You want it to that and the Pepsis and the chips.
Marketplace? What did I pay $9 at the marketplace?
$9? King's Marketplace? You bought all you
Hold on.
All you bought was the toilet paper. Then you bought your food, your ribs, the 2 things of sauce for your ribs, the barbecue sauce.
But you said you were taking care of certain things.
You were buying the ribs.
So I paid $53 for the bottles. You know what? I'm gonna basically report to the sheriff that I didn't authorize $53.
What, for your fucking ribs?
Ribs weren't fucking $53 with 3 bottles of sauce.
Where's the $53 at?
I'm setting some up. So the $53 was King's, and then there was $9 for King's.
Right. Okay. I told you that $53 was the ribs and then your alcohol.
Yeah, the alcohol I can accept. The ribs, $3 off ribs, and then I'm buying 3 bottles of sauce.
You bought 2 bottles of sauce. The other bottle I bought out of my own fucking debit card. The buns, I bought those too. So if you want to accuse me of stealing stuff, then fine, it's on. I will get a lawyer, and I will make sure your ass suffers in court.
Fine.
If you want to accuse me, I'm getting a lawyer, and I will sue you.
Fine.
For wrongful accusations. I will.
Fine. I'm calling the sheriff, people. If she wants to do that, that's fine.
I'm taking you to court, too. If you
Fine.
want to do this, I'm getting a lawyer. I'm getting an attorney, because my family can get me an attorney.
Your family doesn't care for you. You're a man in a dress that no
You're
one
a
cares
man
about.
dress.
Your mom doesn't accept you as a woman, and they're not going to get you a
I'm not
lawyer.
going to jail for something that you want.
Where's the receipt? Where's the receipt, huh?
I'll get you the receipt.
Mm-hmm. Son of a bitch. Yep. Now let me listen to my tunes while we wait. Because I'm not tolerating this anymore. Mm-hmm. Give me the damn receipt. Come on.
Because you get me sent to jail for something that a crime I didn't commit, I'll make sure Mayor's cellmate Lobino Melly gets deported to fucking Mexico.
That's fine.
Ice on Mayor's cellmate.
I can call and let them know you need a mental
I'm not doing
evaluation.
that evaluation. I will not. Because at Hermanville Hospital, I'll just call ICE from there.
That's fine. I'll let them know you're threatening ICE.
I'm not threatening ICE. I'm calling
You're threatening ICE because
tell ICE there's an illegal alien on this island.
I'm going outside, sorry to say. Because I'm done with this. What do you guys think?
Look, I didn't steal money from you, okay?
Let's see. $20 for the bourbon. Dave's famous Dave's. I like fucking my current barbecue sauce, but she made
I
me
thought you would try it. You said okay.
$3 for ribs. The ribs look like they're expiring anyways. They're supposed to be eaten yesterday.
You're okay with it. You're okay with it until you got drunk.
You know what? I ain't gonna listen to this. This rib said it should be sold by 11/2.
Fine. Fine.
You know what? What do you guys think I should do? And then you gotta purchase for Rock Island paid.
Reimbursement.
I ain't gonna fucking take these. These are.
That came from my money. You're taking it.
I ain't taking it.
I'm throwing it out. Fine. I'll donate this.
$8.99 was for what?
I said $3 off the ribs. You said okay.
Yeah, well, the ribs. Today's the 3rd. The ribs were supposed to be eaten yesterday. Food poisoning. Anyways, you guys, I need to go. So technically, I'm good. I'm leaving. You guys have a great night. So please answer. So there you go. So the DCR has been informed. The DCR can't do anything because Chloe, even though she waxed the head out of herself for the last 6 years, the only thing they can recommend is a restraining order. So it seems tomorrow morning I'm going to have to call at 9 in the morning about getting a letter for a restraining order because I don't want them to pay the damn rent. I want them out. And if the mental health system ain't working and the advocate ain't working, Chloe can go bye-bye. So I will be back with updates tomorrow. So with it being 11:30, I want to watch some TV and enjoy myself. So that said, everyone, please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestions, like, subscribe button. So some fun for your family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, your service dogs, your service bunnies. Hit the bell notification. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button. And just remember, borderline people do all this shit. Do you want to be part of it or do you not want to be part of it? I want to be left alone as a hermit. So, that said, thumbs up. Just leave the comments and I say all I ask. Thank you and God bless you in everything you do.